Hey, it is day 4 after the military diet. It has been pouring and raining all day, so I'm filming in my living room, in my dining room, where the lighting is awful. So, hello, bags. I have no makeup on. I figured I'd put on some red lipstick so it wouldn't be that that shocking. Yesterday, bad day. Day 3 was awful. Day 3 was hardly any food. Very busy day, lots of work. When I got home, I kept myself busy and decided to clean out my makeup room, which just just kept me busy all day. But pretty much I was hangry all day long, and I couldn't figure out why. Why am I so angry? Why am I such in a bad mood? And well, I figured out that on day 3, when you're restricting your calories, or when you're making a change as large as the one I made from eating processed junk food into eating things that are whole and real, like real foods, 3 days is really your limit. After 3 days, you've spent your reserves of sodium and sugar and chemicals. You've detoxed them out of your body in 3 days. So, of course, you go into withdrawal. I was in withdrawal yesterday. I couldn't post, which I know I should post when I'm having horrible days, because maybe talking it through, is a lot more fun. But it was awesome to see that I posted, no video today. I'm hangry. And my friends were all like, you could do it. And I was like, yeah, I could do it. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. But, yeah. Yesterday was tough. Houdini tried to steal my ice cream last night, so I gave him his own. Never again. He pooed all over the kitchen. He couldn't stand it. I bet he won't be nosing around in my ice cream anymore. So, and he's running around somewhere, so if he jumps on the table and the camera goes crashing down, there's really nothing I can do, because he is a little insane today with the thunder. Sometimes I swear he's a dog. Anyway, my topic for today is hunger. We are so afraid of hunger. I am terrified of being hungry. When I get hungry, it's like, oh my God, there he is. See, I told you. Houdini, relax. When I get hungry, I become terrified. I don't want to feel hunger. So since I was off today, I was watching YouTube and watching videos of different dieters and things like that. And I noticed that most people want to find the way to lose the most weight without feeling hungry. So I'm thinking, I'm going to take, for example, the raw till 4 diet, the banana lady who's super famous on YouTube. I just couldn't fathom eating that many bananas and potatoes. And I think that most people that have a weight problem like I do usually comes from some sort of eating disorder, and obviously an unhealthy relationship with food. So do I really want to go down the road of a diet that allows me to cram my face with everything as long as I eliminate a certain group or certain foods? I think that would perpetuate my binge eating. If I wasn't a binge eater before, I'd be a binge eater later. Because if you're addicted to certain food sources, you're going to binge on whatever you're given at free will. You can have as many bananas as you want, Mata, but you can have only bananas for 3 days. Do you know how many bananas I would eat in 3 days? I would find a way. Because when you're addicted to chemicals, and when you're addicted to the junk that's in processed foods, your stomach doesn't know that, and your emotions don't know that. They just know they want more. There's a hole that needs to be filled. And so I'm kind of not really digging the people that tell me, hey, if you eliminate this food group, you can have all the food that you want. I'm like, aren't you just thrusting me back into the same hell I was a week ago? So if anyone has any ideas on this topic, or can explain it to me in a way that makes sense. Because honestly, hopefully at the end of this, I would like to have a 90% based, like plant-based diet. Like, let's say 85, because we want to put some good fats in there. 85% plant-based. Well, olive oil is a plant-based. So I can even say 90. I don't want to rely on meat, because before I really didn't like animals, and ever since I got Houdini, every time I look at meat, I look at my cat, and there's a really weird thing happening with meat and I, yet if you would let me, I would have a chicken coop in my backyard and I would eat chickens every day. Like, I hunt people down. Like, I organic cage-free eggs are like crack to me right now, and they always have been. I've always liked them. So I know I don't want to eliminate eggs. I know I want the option to have meat, but I enjoy. I don't want to say enjoy, because we're not there yet. I think I would enjoy, and my body would enjoy, the health that a predominantly plant-based diet would bring. But having done so many diets in my lifetime, and which is something I wanted to talk about with my sister, but we'll do that another time. And always being, as a child, bribed with, try this diet, you won't be hungry. I'm kind of like trying to figure out, I think it's okay to feel hungry. I think hangry is a term that happens when you don't understand hunger. When you don't understand that hunger is a very natural emotion for the body to feel. It's okay to know that you're empty and that it's time to fuel your body. But there's so much fear attached to being hungry. So that's like my thing right now. I'm like, I can't be afraid to be hungry. I panic. I panic when hunger hits. And I remember moments from other diets where I'd feel hungry and I'd be like, oh my God. And I'd go into a 7-Eleven and I'd grab like a Slim Jim and a banana and water, because I didn't want to go to the nearest drive-thru, because I knew that wasn't good for me. But I think I'm going to spend some time meditating on hunger. And so I watched a YouTube video from this woman that's lost a lot of weight, but she's a Christian woman and she believes in fasting. And she gave a very interesting information about fasting, about how, from her point of view, fasting is breaking down the flesh so that you can have control over it. And I kind of like that idea. Somewhere along the line in my 20s, someone told me I was a control freak. And that I think this was in response to a relationship issue I was having, that I was a control freak and that led to codependency. You know, we all read self-help books, but that does not give us the authority to give someone else advice, because then it sticks, and 20 years later, I'm trying to figure out how that affected me. So, folks, read all the self-help you want, but unless you know what's coming out of your mouth and how it's going to affect the person you tell, be really careful. Be responsible with that information. Because and my dearest friends can tell you that I'm always calling, stop being a control freak. You have to let go. You have to blah, blah, blah. Someone stuck that in my head somewhere in my 20s when I was going through a horrible breakup. The breakup that catapulted me out of Puerto Rico and into California, which probably was the best thing that ever happened to you. We can talk about that another day. And I'm realizing that it's okay to have a little bit of control over your body. That it's not being a control freak to say, no, I'm not going to eat this. You know, yes, flesh, I'm going to beat you down, because you cannot be motivated by eating all the time. Like, we have to have a healthy level of control over ourselves, whether in discipline. So I'm trying to figure out where it was in life, and I think it was in my 20s, where I didn't want to control anything, because I thought being a control freak was a bad thing. So, points on day 4 of the military diet: it's okay to be a control freak, especially when it comes to your health, and it's okay to be hungry. What am I going to do? What steps am I going to take to be okay with being hungry? So if there are any of you professional hungry people out there, and you want to give me some tips, like what do you do when you're hungry? How do you feel? Just simply, how do you feel? Are you a person that says, I'm hungry, and then you think, okay, in about an hour, I'm going to go have this, this, and that? Or are you one of these people who says, I'm hungry, I need something now, or, I'm going to turn into Godzilla and everybody's going to die? Like, which person are you? And if you're one of the more controlled people that are like, hunger is a normal thing, I would definitely appreciate your comments, because that's what I'm going to work on. I don't want to be afraid of being hungry anymore. So anyway, really quick, because I don't want to make this too long and I'm already on 10 minutes. I weighed in this morning after the military diet. I lost 10.2 pounds. 10.2 pounds! That's ridiculous! Why is that ridiculous? Because that means that I was severely addicted to processed foods, that I completely detoxed. It was all water. I've been peeing the whole time. But there is, because of the combination of foods, there is some fat burning. But 10.2 pounds in 3 days. That doesn't tell you that that's a great diet. It's a good jumping off point. But that really tells you how addicted I was to the wrong foods. And that blew my mind. But I am happy. 10 pounds down. So I just need to keep it up. But anyway, again, food for thought today. Is it okay to be hungry? What are the tips to being a positive, hungry person? And when does control become too much? How much, I don't know. Those are the things that are on my mind. But anyway, I'm going to say goodbye before Houdini jumps on here. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.